Good morning. Good morning. Hi, good morning. I'm gonna do a little bit of backpacking today. I haven't done so in a while, but time is against me. I usually head out to do this like 5 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock now, so we'll see. I don't like when the daylight gets me out there, but we'll see. Headed out. I'll just do one lap this morning. What time is it here? 5:53. Gotta get out of here. All right, so let's load up and get out of Dodge. Knocking stuff over here. I pushed the wrong thing. And shut off the video. Alright, so I'm gonna try to do a quick lap. Thumbs up. Yeah. I wonder if it's gonna rain today. I think my water is set to come on. So, oh wow. I gotta turn it off before I change the time on it before I wake up my wife. Okay, recording again. I bought that um, what call it, sprinkler system, and you're supposed to work it from your phone. There's an app, the Rainbird app, but every time the power goes out or there's a little blip in the power, and FPL have been doing that recently. That's why I got to move out of this community, man. It's just too much. This community has bad. Every time a little bit of wind blow, the power goes out. I don't know why. This is old Wellington, the old part of Wellington, and the power grid here is just so bad, so bad. We get heavy winds. It's just normal heavy winds, just the wind pick up a bit, and the power go out. This month, the power must have gone out probably about 3 or 4 times. That's unusual. And every time it goes out, it knocks so many things offline. So my Rainbird got knocked offline, and this thing doesn't come back on by itself. You have to go back there and reset it. Ugh, it's so annoying. So I was trying to stop it from coming on this morning because I had set it for 6 o'clock when my wife was gone. I set it for 6 o'clock to come on at 6. But the pump is right by our master bedroom. That's the other thing. I don't know why they do that. Oh. That and the sprinkler pump and the pool pump is right there by our master bedroom window. This is the dumbest thing they ever did. Those things should go over by the garage. Or they should have put the garage on that side of the house. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. And so now I had to go manually turn it off because if I leave it for her, let it come on, it's gonna wake her up 6 o'clock. And my wife, well, she got into bed this morning at 3 a.m. So she's a night owl. I go to bed at around 9:30, and wake up at around 5:30. She goes to bed at 3 in the morning and wake up at like 10. Yeah. But I prefer to be up in the morning. I get more done. I mean, yesterday I got up like around, I didn't even wake up that early. Like around 6-ish. Somewhere around there, because I didn't exercise and I went straight to prayer. So it was after 6, yeah. I got out, it was like 6:20 something that I got out the room. And prayer was 6:30. So I just went straight to prayer, online prayer, Zoom. And then after that, I felt so sleepy because I keep waking up in the middle of the night and just can't get back to sleep. My circadian rhythm is all messed up, and I'm trying to get it back on track because I keep waking up like around 2, 3, then I don't go back to sleep till like between 3 and 4, and then by 5 o'clock I'm up. I'm awake. And so after I pray, I felt like I felt so sleepy. I said, you know what? I gotta get some sleep. So I lay down, went in my office, lay down on the sofa, and was knocked out. So from 7, I slept from about 7:30 till 9. Got about an hour and a half nap. And I woke up with a headache. When I sleep like that in the morning time, I always wake up with a headache. I can't do it. That's why I need my sleep at night when I'm in my bed. So last night again, same thing. Woke up at 1:53. I looked up at the clock, 1:53. And when my wife came in the room like 3:20 something, I was still awake. I was still up in the chair, sitting up in the chair, praying. But then I went back into bed, and I must have fallen asleep about 4, maybe 4, and got up 4:52. I was wide awake. Looked up. I was what? 4:52. But I went to the bathroom, used the potty, and just sat there and was doodling on my phone. Well, not doodling. I was trying to straighten out my day. And I got dressed and came out. And that wiped out 45 minutes of my time right there. I tell you. And that's the other thing too. I normally eat my dinner, my heavy meal, at between 3 and 4. And so by say 8 o'clock, I'm going to the bathroom to dump that stuff. And so when I go to my bed, I don't go. I usually snack on like little peanuts or something like that, some nuts. But when I go to my bed at night, I don't go to bed on a full stomach. So, but lately I've been off my game. I've been eating later and just going to bed with my belly so full, which makes me feel uneasy. But I'm eating. My eating is all messed up. So I got to get that back on track. And I'm eating a lot of carbs, and I just got to get myself straightened out. When I'm doing right, everything just works perfect. When I can get in there and do some and do the things I used to, that works for me rather. You know, I do eat a lot of vegetables, and I find that when I stop and start eating all this carbs and bread, and I like bread too. You know, I eat mostly whole grain bread, but I find out when I stop with my routine of vegetables and basmati brown rice, quinoa, salmon, chicken sometimes. Sometimes I eat beef too. But when I stop that kind of routine with my meal, I start to get bloated, fart a lot. So I was off my routine, really. And I gotta get back on it. It's just crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. This little walk feels good though. Yeah, the daylight is coming out. I gotta haul it. Haul it. I don't like the daylight catching me out here, man. You know what I mean? I'm not walking far still. It's just going around the block here. I can feel my legs kind of weak because I haven't done legs in a while. I can feel weakness in them. So I probably got to do some of this tomorrow morning again. Yeah. Yeah, but when everything is clicking, man, I'm done eating by 4 o'clock, and and I go back, do some work, and then by 7, I'm jumping in the shower. By 7:30 or so, and I start winding down. And by 8:30, I'm sitting up in my chair, ready to pray and ready to go to bed. By 9:30, sometimes I read and pray. If I don't do that, man, everything just gets thrown off. Yeah. So, and it's better to take the time and have a good rhythm of life, good routine, especially daily routines, but also not just routine, but rhythm. Rhythm is different from routine. Routine is your daily stuff, your daily tasks that you're hitting them one by one and getting them done. And you wake up the next day to do it all over again. That's routine. Rhythm, though, is that you have a certain rhythm to your life that works. And what it is, it's your rest, your work, your play, and your worship. Rest, work, play, and worship. And so, or, it's not in any order. I'm just giving you all 4 of them. So, you're taking, you're working, and your work is going smoothly. And you're spending the time on work that you need to spend on work to be effective with work and successful. But then you're taking time also, adequate time to rest. That's just running yourself into the ground and and not resting, not recuperating properly, staying up late, getting up early, and all that. So you have a balance. Basically, that's what it means, a balanced life, rhythm. You, but balance doesn't mean people say, "Oh, I have a balanced life," and it's balanced this week, and then next week it's out of balance. Sounds like mine. No, you want it to go as a rhythm. There's sometimes that you get thrown off, like a metronome. That's that measures that metronome measures your rhythm. So it swings out and swings back to the same place all the time. But then it sometimes it swings way out, but it always come back to the same place. So that's how your rhythm should be. Sometimes you'll swing out, way out, get off rhythm, but you'll come right back to where you should be. So you have adequate, enough work so you can be successful. Work hard, but know when to slow down and rest. And that's what I gotta focus on doing. Focus on pushing at a certain time and then resting at a certain time. The rest run cycle, like how they do how you get successful at the Iditarod. The run rest cycle or rest run cycle. Run hard, rest. Run hard, rest. Don't just run hard, run hard. Then you break. So now you're not resting. You're just like, oh, when can I get back? I'm just so tired. I'm just so broken down. So, words of wisdom there from Uncle Ralph. So, I'm trying to do that myself. So I gotta get back to I just swung out quite a bit, so gotta get back to my rhythm here of work, rest, play, and worship. And so rest might look like one day. Well, for me, rest is like Sunday. Even though I work on Sundays, I'm a realtor. People always want to go see homes or talk to you on Sunday. But I usually limit it though. I usually limit it like an hour or two out of the Sunday, my whole day. And it's not every Sunday, it's occasionally. I pick and choose that part. So I do have control over that. But Sunday's my rest. Go to church, come home. I'm in the kitchen baking or doing something or just chilling. My wife likes to watch TV, but I gotta learn how to not get on the computer and do any work too, and just totally rest, totally cut off from all work. Don't do any of it at all. But some Sundays I do have to work, and then when I do that, Mondays are mostly busy, but sometimes I can rest up a little bit on Monday. I take a half day and just chill. Don't call anybody, don't do anything work-wise. So that's how my rest comes in. It's not set because I have clients who are not set, and things happen with real estate that you have to be on top of it. And but throughout the week, I do get some rest. So we'll leave that at that. And play I don't have enough of. I know that. We've been trying, my wife and I, to get away one on the weekend, like one day out of the week, just to go downtown or something like that and do something. But it just never happens. Sometimes she's tired. Usually it's Friday, and after watching the baby on Friday, she's worn out. And then most Saturdays I'm working, or we're going to some funeral or a baby shower or a birthday party or something. But I guess that's play for us. Um, this past Saturday we were at was it Saturday or was it Sunday? Oh, it was Sunday. They had the baby shower. It was after church, and I worked. I went and met a client for almost 2 hours. We were there an hour and a half, but by that time, my wife was calling me trying to find out where I was. Where are you? Gotta go. And the client, it just clashed at the same time, because I didn't know about the baby shower until late. Yeah, but we got through that. And on Mondays I have my grandbaby Nyla early in the morning, and my wife gets her like around 9 o'clock or so. And then I can start my day. Yeah. So we busy folks. We busy. We busy. Yeah, man, we busy. So worship for me now is I have a good rhythm of worship. Worship is not just going to church. It's prayer. It's your prayer time, your devotion. And so I think I have a good rhythm of that. Usually get on the prayer line. Usually start my prayer before the prayer line, so I can pray for myself. Because when you get on the prayer line, everybody's praying and they're asking for prayer requests and things like that. It's great. We're supposed to pray one for another. But I usually like to start my prayer before, like around 6:15 or so. Probably not going to do that this morning. Or even take 10 minutes before the 6:30 and pray, do my own prayer. But usually when I wake up in the middle of the night, which I shouldn't, I usually just go sit and pray for a little bit sit in my recliner and pray. And that usually helps me to kind of go back to sleep most of the times. But sometimes it doesn't. So my worship, I think, is really good. Then at noon, I always break at noon for prayer, unless I'm out, which occasionally I'm out and about. But usually at noontime, I'm jumping on that prayer line and we're praying for 30 minutes. And at nighttime now, if I can stay up, I'll pray from 9 to 9:30 and then go to bed. But most of the times I stay up, yeah. Most of the times I stay up, pray from 9 to 9:30. But sometimes I pray before. Like if I'm sleepy at 8:30, I'm going to sit in that recliner and pray until I feel sleepy. I start falling asleep rather. Sometimes I fall asleep right there and walk up and say, oh, wow, I thought I was praying. I was sleeping. But yeah, I usually just and just go ahead and jump in bed right then. Sometimes it's like 9 or a little bit after 9, and I say, all right, I'm sleepy, going into bed. Because, the thing is, when you're sleepy, you force yourself to stay up just to stay up. It's unproductive, very unproductive and unwise, because you're staying up, you're not doing anything. Just staying up just to stay up, and you're torturing yourself. And then, when you could have gone to sleep, and whenever you get good rest, and whenever you wake up early, and then you have all that time when you're awake and alive, and you can focus, and you can do things that you need to do. And that's what's been the struggle I've been having with this sleep thing, is that it's robbing me of my day. And so I got to get it back under control. This morning I woke up, I'm sleepy, I have a headache right now, but I'm not going to go go take a nap this morning. I'm going to stay awake, and I'm not going to drink coffee either. Coffee doesn't, it helps short term, but then I think I have a caffeine sensitivity, where the caffeine hangs on to me even 18, 20 hours later. The caffeine is still hanging on to me. And that's what's waking me up in the middle of the night. That's what I feel like. Yeah, I got a caffeine sensitivity. Yeah. All right, we are back. Yeah, so that being said, I gotta cut out caffeine. Yep, gotta cut out caffeine and go caffeine free. I was fine with it, but now it seems like I recently developed that sensitivity. Nobody checked the mail yesterday. Most of the times, if I don't check it, it doesn't get checked. Oh boy, why do you have kids? Alright, I'm back. I am back. Thinking I might have to drink some coffee this morning. I'm not feeling that great. All right, we are back by popular demand. Yes. Back.